your host for today. And before we jump into the topics, to the details, let's watch the Bukit Vista video first.
Please. Excellent.
Okay, thank you. And let's jump to the next session with our inspirational speaker today, Mr. Deddy Wijayanto. Once again, thank you for attending in our all hands today.
I think the Canva has not
Hmm?
the Canva
Oh,
has not. Okay,
how about
thank you.
now? Okay, thank you. My bad. Okay, so our inspirational speaker for today is Mr. Denny Wijayanto. He is currently is a head of program at Innovative Academy, Universitas Gajah Madah. Let's see details about his journey. As you can see, 2000 from for 2 years in Stranov Guitar Technology, he's working as a finance manager. Then from 2010 until 2011, still in the same company but as a AVP finance. From 2012 until 2013, he's in Hamaren as a manager, and if you're kind of productive art user. I mean, there's so much activity you're still ongoing until present. First, let's start from Innovative Academy from 2013 until present as an head of program, and 2015 until present in PT Stekok Robotika Indonesia as senior marketing. Lalu in 2020, 2020 until present in Amazon Web Service as a startup scout. 2022 until present in ACMF International Private Fundraising as a strategic partner. 2022 until present is in Dejayanto as a private fundraising, equity, and investment advisor. Then 2023 until present in Kiki Taekwondo as a digital creative director. And the last one is Asosiasi Inkubator Bisnis Indonesia as a community and media head. Okay, so that's about the inspiring journey from Mr. Denny Wijayanto. Let's jump to the first question. Yeah. So, Mr. Denny, how has the evolution of startup funding over the past decade and how emerging technologies have influenced investment strategies? Can you please kindly give us your answer? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ini what I call it, Matthew, Novan, or Sidatar?
Please call me Matthew, sorry.
Matthew, okay. Thank you, Matthew, for the question. 1 decade it's related when I started incubator at UGM, so 2013. Yeah, it's quite good question. Yeah, you know, in the past decade, usually the mindset of the startup funding is a startup is making startup and then find the funding, find investor, and normally we turn back on 2013, 2014. There is no big startup in Indonesia. I still remember I meet Masaki, Bukalapak, and still working on the ITB in Bandung. So it's not working the concept, and then I meet Gojek, the female founder. I forget the name, so I'm sorry. And still working, and no big startup coming. So the investor usually just want to find one idea, one startup that they can invest. So it is a very easy at that time. We find the investor very easy, very easy. Just give an idea, so some pitch deck, MVP, can get funding. But today it's quite difficult because if you know, there is a what I call it, some startup getting down, get the investment and then collapse. Even after big startup get the IPO, and then the stock exchange price is lowering down, and it's not easy, investor is very, I thought very make some due diligence before they give the funding.
Okay. Thank you so much for the answer, and I will jump to the next question. For the next question is, what are common misconceptions in investing and business management you have encountered, and how do you correct this in your advisory roles? Please give us your answer, Mr. Ade.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Mas Matthew, this is the point of view of the investor or the point of view of the founder?
I think we can go first from the founder side.
Okay, the founder side, yeah. Okay, usually the founder side, after, like I explained before, after they get the investment, they try to spend the money. I mean, to buy many things that usually is not necessary for the startups. They invest too many in, for example, this is the example of the startup of my wife. Name is can I give the name? Sorabel, and then they go to the first name is Celestop, and then the change to the Sorabel, they go to Series B. Yeah, then got the investment 400 billion rupiah from Sinar Mas and others, and the founder spent to increase the human resources. They hire engineering from Sony PlayStation US. They're hiring engineer from Nintendo US, Facebook, because they have many money at that time. You can check in the Google, the Sorabel and some stuff. And they forgot that Indonesia is not the speed of the growing of the startup is not fast as US. And every engineer of that startup, they work in Yogyakarta and they overprice, and it's going to bubble. And after that, because this is not free money, free money, the investor want to get it back, want to return, and then when the COVID-19 comes and everything is changed, human resource going to be very expensive, and they cut off the employee because of the price is bubble in the company, not in the country, in the company. So this is the misconception that if the founders think that you can spend too many resources, it means capital in the human resources. So you have to think about many things. What is the priority? Human resources, or maybe housing, land, equipment, and others. And in the point of the investor, it's quite different, the investor mindset between Indonesia and other country. In Indonesia, usually the investor would like to invest when there is what I call it a growing startup. So little bit play safety in Indonesia. So there are too many waiting. When's the other from Singapore, maybe like Beijing from US, is more Europe, brave, okay, this is good idea. With some little bit tweak, to increase the growing, and then they invest to little bit early, and then in the position they can get a spread, they invest $50,000 US, for example, and then in a very short period of time they can get the returns. While Indonesia still waiting, and then the valuation of startups going to higher, and they buy too. I mean, I call it overpriced as the investor. So I mean, at this case, you can see that the decision is the key. Go or no go right now. Okay.
Okay, thank you
Any
very much.
maybe any response to the others? Yeah.
Matthew, are you there?
Yeah, but can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
My camera is kind of troubled right now. I don't know why. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Denny, for the the inspired answer. Thank you for the answer. And for the next one, I think I will give the audience to a chance to asking if they want to ask something to Mr. Denny.
Oh, there is one, Matthew.
Okay. So there, you might open your mic and please proceed to asking Mr. Denny. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So, same like Pak Denny says about startups struggling after they have a funding for investor. I would like to know, like before they have an investor coming in, what type of funding they should, implement before they have a startup. From which finance, typical finance, and then I would like to ask also about the challenge they should counter before they have a investor coming in.
Okay. Thank you for the question. Yeah. But yeah. First, this is always I have to enlighten that's the idea of finding investor is not correct for the first time. I would like if you want to start up, you should bootstrapping. You have to validate your idea first, and then when your idea is validated, then you get the customer, investor will come to you. You don't have to finance. And to start up, it doesn't mean that you have to quit your company. For example, this is my experience in UGM. We have a company named Gajah Techno, Gajah Madah Technology. It's a software house, and there is a creative employee. They found the problem that the customer of Gajah Techno needs this is a software house, no hardware, software house, and then they have a problem that to tap the money in the in Jakarta. In Jakarta, they have to tap the money to enter the toll, and not all of the devices were connected to the bank. And some of the employee research, and then develops chip that can read every card of the bank in Indonesia. I mean the national bank, yeah, BRI, BCA, Mandiri, BNI, and others. Then what's the biggest bank in Indonesia? And then you know why? And that's the idea is show to the director, the CEO, or maybe this in Pak Jin, this is the idea. How do you think? Okay, find the problem first, and then this is very good. Let's try. And then the team is try to this idea, and then trial on the client in Jakarta at that time, and then success trial, and then this become a new company. So this is the employee, and then with a company name is Aino, not Icano, yeah, INO, yeah, Aino, and you can find on the website. And then the employee to be the director, to be the CEO. So the Aino is a sister company of the Gajah Techno. So this is you can check, yeah, you can check, and then this is a group of employee, everybody working, get the salary from Gajah Techno, and then how we funded the startup? Did the company give it? No, they don't give it the funding. And then what the company do, Kamatino do, they connected to the investor. They introduce, I have some of employee have idea like this. And then there is a investor. I cannot open this. It's from Japan, and then buy the share, and then they expand it until now. And this is not finished yet. Not finished. You know, every day car go to the toll in Jakarta every day, and they collect the data. So there is a big data in Jakarta that's saved in the UGM Jakarta, and we know what time people go to the toll, how many cars, how many numbers, and the INO employee make some research and make up data analytics, and then they propose the same idea to the CEO of Gamma Techno, and then this is to be data ins. This company that's focus on big data. So this is how to start up it. You have to change the mindset that you don't have to find the investor first. Find the problems. And you know, after I know have a data in. Data in is the sister company of the INO. So Gamma Techno have the sister company INO have the company data ins, and everybody happy. So this is how to start up. You have to find the problem first rather than you find the investor. The investor will coming. Investor will coming. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. The second question. Sorry, I forgot the second question.
No, it's totally answered question. There is a long journey for the startup for develop their business, and also it's not over yet. They should develop more.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering.
Yeah. So this is because at this forum, I want to encourage everybody in here, and I think Pak Ching agree. If you have any idea, you see, Bukit Vista has a problem, this, and this, you have to find the solution. And not only the Bukit Vista, but when you see, you day to day meet the customer, with the client, and you everything, you see the problems, make the solution, and perhaps after you have the solution, you can propose to Pak Ji, and maybe you can discuss with me, and maybe I can invest your idea.
Excellent.
Yeah. Many. There must be a problem. But you have to find out first. And the second, does your problem that you find on your company and Bukit Vista and maybe your anything client is big or not? You have to analyze, validate. As big as the problem, and I see the money is coming. I see the opportunity.
Correct.
Okay. That's I hope this help to answer your question.
Yeah, totally, Mister. Thank you. Back over to Matthew.
Okay. Thank you, for the question. And I think that's for our inspiration, our discussion with our inspirational speaker today. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Denny, for give your time to attending this meeting. And if you have any kalau ada kesibukan, you may leave the room first if you want to.
I just want to say one last thing for Mr. Denny. Mr. Denny is truly one of the Jedi masters of startup in Indonesia. He's seen a lot of companies grow from infancy up to IPO. He's also followed the industry very well. And I think in the future, because he's also teaching at UGM, this culture of being interested in startups, interested in entrepreneurship, Mr. Denny will probably be one of the remembered people for his legacy in getting this nationalized across the country. So I think we're really lucky to have him here to join us today. And like he said earlier, if anybody at Bukit Vista starts their own company after Bukit Vista, is probably one of my greatest prides, right? If you can go and you can start another company after learning here, congratulations. No, like no evil, no whatever. Even if you become a competitor, I think there's still lots of space here in doing what we do. So this is good. I would seek out Mr. Denny as a good mentor along the way, yeah, to understand essentially how the process works, because he is an expert in this subject. So thank you so much, Mr. Denny, for joining us today at UGM.
Okay, thank you for the appreciation. Yeah, it is I am very happy today to share with Bukit Vista. Yeah. Thank you, Bacing, for the invitation.
Okay. All right.
And don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. I can promote.
Hey, send us your YouTube channel. Give us your YouTube channel right now. We'll put it up on the Google Meet. And if you're interested, guys, you can open it afterwards. Don't open it during the all hands, right? Do listen to us talking during the all hands, but you can open it afterwards, okay?
And share to your friend. Like my
sure.
taekwondo or anything.
Excellent. And Dea, don't forget to give Mr. Denny our YouTube channel for the Bali Business Review as well. We'll give each other mutual feedback, okay? All right, Mr. Denny, we're about to continue with the rest of all hands. Like Matthew said, you're free to stay if you have the time, but if you have other obligations, you're free to also work on those too as well. Okay. All right.
Permission to leave. Thank you.
Oh yeah, sure, Mr. Denny. We'll catch you later. Thank you for gracing us with your presence today.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Now's my section. So listen up. Mr. Denny is actually part of our ongoing mission to improve the understanding of young Indonesians to business. Okay, so why do we do that? We realize that a lot of people, when they're in school, when they're going through life, they pretty much have a lot of myths and misunderstandings and bad sources of information. Maybe you're reading social media, maybe you're just getting your news from places that are essentially getting paid by ads to tell you certain things. So that's not quality information, and that often leads to making mistakes in your career, making mistakes that are avoidable in decision making for larger scale and personal decisions. So we're trying to invite the best experts, the most knowledgeable people who have actual authentic experience and don't have any incentive to, I guess, sell you nonsense, so to speak. So please pay attention on these, because I think this can be, whether it can be a few minutes that changes your life if you actually are listening closely to this this presentation. Okay, who's ready to hear me talk? Nobody? Should I just skip this? Okay, Vidi's giving me a nod. Thank you, Vidi. Thank you, Vidi, for giving me a mercy look there. All right. I know I'm terribly boring, and there's probably a better public speaker out there, but I'm all you got right now, so live with it. All right. Anyways, I had some fun with Midjourney, and this is my newest Midjourney creation. If you don't like it, well, too bad. You can go and find another CEO to look at their presentations. But if you do, you can show me a smile or a mercy smirk like Nadia just did, or whatever. Or you can just be like confused because you're actually probably doing some work right now or playing video games. Vito's giving me a sweet smile. I like your smile there, Vito. It's like Mona Lisa like, right? Not sure if it's like good or bad, but all right. There's that. Okay, Dilla's biting her lip. Dilla's really nervous. There must be some bad news from Bella. Or Bella. Your names are so similar. It's really just like the B gets. Okay, never mind. Anyway, all right. Let's get into the good news, bad news. Mostly good news today. Kyla will probably disagree with me later because Kyla knows more about the details of what goes into the secret sauce. But the general opinion, looking at it from the helicopter view, which is the only view I know how to look at things at this point because I have capable people of looking after the details. Silence, crickets. Okay, all right. Nobody's like, that's me. Okay, anyways, the helicopter view says we're doing good. 82.4%, and I'm an idiot, and I did not adjust this from last week. This is an obvious case of copy and paste and forget to new paste. Okay, so anyways, 82.4% is our new hospitality score. That is good. That is above. That's a new record again, right? As you can see, the line has grown significantly over the year, and we're at a new hospitality record. So congratulations. to the efforts of the team to keep this on par. Okay, so that's the good news. Okay. Also good news. Professor Azari and members of the esteemed Almaty Student Club and also the Department of Mathematics came to our humble Jogja base the other week, and they ate Pengilan health food in our base while talking about, I don't know, technical stuff, I hope. Bayu was leading there. I wasn't there, so I don't know what they were talking about. They were just talking about the weather. But it looked like it was actually a pretty fruitful discussion. I saw a lot of people stayed till pretty late. We attempted to connect 2 dinners via video conferencing. It was a little awkward, but I'm sure we'll get better at it over time. So this is Bayu the boss, looking like a champ there, inspiring kids. Yeah, I'm standing in front of a big screen, just like me right now. Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, anyways, this is a strategic position, all right? If you happen to be in the middle of the table, we call that the middler role, and you are essentially connecting everybody together in conversation, and hopefully they're happy. This is the legendary Professor Azari. Professor Azari was the professor that invited me to meet our VP of Engineering, Vidi, when he was just a child, a very young man in a classroom with all the right answers. And I was shocked because nobody that young should have any answers like that, but Vidi had them. I asked the class, who's the smartest person in this class? And they pointed to me. No, I'm kidding. They pointed to Vidi, actually. Anyway, all right. Long story short, now Professor Azari is hanging out in our office. It's a big honor, and hang out with our team. Vidi, you should be there next time to look after your former professor. We would be honored to have your presence in Jogja. All right. Speaking of honor, we have a 4.8 review star at the Bali Bukit Vista base, the Bukit Vista Bali base, which is great. We should get more, Erica, because we have a lot of people who eat here for free. So they should give us a 5-star review, right? Best food, best conversation, free wine. We're the best restaurant in Jimbaran. Where else can you come and eat so much free food, right? So, but anyway, what they actually give reviews are unfortunately not on the food, much to Wayana's displeasure and much to the chef's displeasure, because they seem to forget about the food, but they remember the phone calls. So this is good because Erica is not vain. Okay, Erica is a person with humble approach, because when Erica doesn't know, she says, I don't know, ask Jing. And when I don't know, I go, I don't know, ask Bayu, right? When Bayu doesn't know, he goes, I don't know, ask Vidi. Okay, so anyways, we have this permission chain to ask another person all along the chain, so that keeps it real. And people totally appreciate that, rather than me looking smart and saying I know all the answers to your questions, of which I actually know very little here. I probably don't know anything. I rely mostly on Kyla to know anything about what's going on, right, Kyla? I mean, if I'm confused, I go like, Kyla, what's going on? Okay, anyways, good reviews, and definitely personalized reviews to Erica. Now, Erica isn't the only person that is actually in the base, but she's like the most frequent person that comes here. So if you want to be mentioned in positive reviews, maybe you should come to the base too. Yeah, I'm looking at you guys who are never showing up in the office, who work in Bali. Okay, anyways. Maybe one day we'll build an office in your hometown. Maybe we'll turn your home into an office. How about that, Bella, right? We'll be Bella. Will you host the next Bukit Vista office in your house? We'll just do RTTs in your house, and you can switch off between Kyla and Bandung, along with Vito. But I don't think Vito lives in Bandung anymore, so I'm not sure. Maybe, whatever. We'll have virtual real offices. Okay. Good work on the webpage team, which is actually the marketing team, sometimes called the content team, sometimes called the awareness team. But whatever they do, it's working because we are number 1 on search for Bali property management, which means that we are awesome. Yup, Google even thinks we're awesome. Not by my words alone, but by Google, which we trust, which we probably shouldn't trust, but anyways, we trust for the time being. All right, and this is great. I'm sure Tina has some negative reviews. I read some negative stuff, but this part is actually pretty good. Tina is from California, my home state, the long-lost state that has now turned into a mega shithole, but perhaps it's on our way back. But anyway, California, which used to be slightly better than Jogja, is now far below Jogja. But anyways, Tina's from California, and she stayed at 3 of our properties, which is awesome. That's like a really, really loyal person. So I hope Tina gave us 3 great reviews, of which I've read one review was great. I think the other review was not so great. But anyways, this is a good sign. All right. So one step at a time. Hopefully Tina will be an advocate at Bukit Vista one day and decide to ruin her life by working here. That's a joke. But since nobody thought it was a joke, they probably think it's true. Anyways, okay, here's some bad news. Bad news, good news, I don't know, whatever. We have competitors now in data. If you didn't know, there was a recent founder. The video is paused due to problems with my network. I'll stop speaking so quickly, so maybe the network will catch up with my gigabytes of information just flowing out of my mouth. Can anyone hear me? Because all I see is just icons again, because it says the video got paused. Okay, good. All right. So good news, bad news. Good news, bad news, because everyone seems to be copying Bukit Vista. That means they're copying you, all of you, right? If you look at every of our competitors, they seem to be talking our language now. They talk about AUM. I was the first one to come up with AUM. No, actually, it was BlackRock, this financial institution in the United States. They, I think, started using that word a long time ago. But anyways, data is now the language in the property management industry, which is great because we knew about data back in the old days, right? Like, 5, 6 years ago when we met Shaffrey, the VP of data science at Gojek. So anyways, everyone else is talking about data now, but hey, you learned about it first here at Bukit Vista. Okay, anyway, the point is to inspire delight through hospitality innovations, such as the ones that you've seen that positively transforms guest partners and employees. That is our mission. So let me take you on a website tour. Sorry, I was searching for Bukalapak earlier because I was so inspired by Bukalapak. And then I looked at the founder, his name was Ahmed. And then I found his wife because her name was just too irresistible. Her name is Dia Jang. What kind of awesome name is Dia Jang? That's like, I'm a princess, right? Dia Jang Lestari. And she looks like a princess too. So anyways, that's not the point. The point is we're going to look on Google. Okay, we're going to look for Bali property management. And well, lo and behold, we are the first organic result. Not the first paid result, but the first organic result. And when we open that, we'll see our new beautiful website designed by Nadia, Ghani, and Rehan. And of course, because my connection is eating shit right now, it's taking forever to load. So maybe we'll just save this tour for another day, and I'll hand this back over to Dan, Matthew,
yes,
for continuation. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll pick this up next week because I know, I'm dying here. Okay. Dan, I'm going to pass it to you. We'll do the website tour next week. See you guys. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Such a insightful and engagement. Yeah. There is a lot of jokes. It makes me happy right now. Okay, now it's time to explore another crucial aspect of our journey together. I'm delighted to pass the stage to Kak Kayla and Matthew. Please share the screen of Kak Kayla presentation if you want. Okay.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, for everyone who celebrates Rahajeng Galungan, Lan Kuningan, I believe most of our team members who celebrates are taking their day off, yeah, from today until 29th of February, till the end of the month, basically. So kindly send your warmest wishes for all of them on Slack, and hopefully we'll be blessed with a peaceful month upcoming from this Galungan. All right, next, Matthew. Okay, hati-hati di jalan, Mo. All right, this is the new guest house that we have just launched, not a guest house. I believe Dale has done the property testing and filed a couple of reports related to the property quality, which has been delivered to partners too. This is not a guest house, everyone. For you who have not seen the announcement, it's pretty new guest house, but apparently there are some constructions related issue for the specific property. All right, let's check up on our hospitality score so far. How have you been doing? Next, Matthew. Let's directly move to the accuracy score after this one. All right. As Mr. Jing announced before, we actually see a bit of bump up, but not significant as we targeted. So we're actually not on track, but we see some improvements. Related to accuracy, it's 0.1% improvement from last week. This is still a grand improvement since last week we have an increase and this week we also had an increase. Okay, let's try to maintain that and if possible gain more from this, no more decrease. Next on the check-in. Check-in is also a positive improvement because next after this one, Matthew. Okay, last week we had an increase and this week we also have an increase. So let's okay, just keep up, it's okay. Okay, moving on to the cleanliness. This is 0.1% improvement. Not quite as expected because for the last 2 weeks we had a decline in cleanliness score and we also only have a bit of bump up here. Okay, this is up to the property managers team, especially because we have a couple of properties with a significant quality issues, but not because the cleanliness only, but also the property itself. For example, kelimpahan kekayaan, they have repetitive recurring palm issues that come way longer before they join with us, but only got a complaint and those type of issues. All right, moving on, we have communications. This is the bad news. Communications for the last 3 weeks, we have a consecutive decline for communication. This is pretty shameful because we have Gaia and whatnot for this one. We have 0.1% of decrease. So let's try to get back first on our feet for this one. Later on the slide, you will see the analysis of why this happened. Okay, next we have location, Matthew. Location is a positive up. Finally, previously we had 2 weeks of decrease. This week we had 0.2% for an increase. I believe this is also related to the disappearing of Google Maps link for I think 5 or 6 properties for the last 1 week, and for the last 2 weeks. And last we have value. Value, this is a positive growth similar to accuracy, which we keep on going or having the positive improvement for this one. So let's try to maintain this first and let's see if we can push another metrics along the way. All right, very last we have overall quality. Matthew, next. Finally, we have been able to achieve back the plus 3.4% like we did in I think the last 6 weeks because we had it huge the last 6 weeks. So we basically get back on track for this one. Let's see if we can maintain this for the last 30 days until March. All right. Let's see the analysis for what happened on the communications. What has happened over the course of 2 months, basically, approximately 2 months. Next. So despite implementing Gaia to enhance our response rate and the quality of our interactions with guests, of course, we encountered significant challenge with the communications, as you guys can see, because it is the only metrics with 3 consecutive declined over the past 3 weeks. Components on Airbnb, which is both surprising and disappointing. So what happened next? During this period, operational challenge included these 2 major things. The first one, integrity issues, and the second one, ineffective talent management. What do we mean by this? The integrity issue. So we have a couple of team members that we assigned being responsible to supervise Gaia. Some tasks were reported as completed when, in fact, they were not. So it takes the hypervisor to do more work, actually to double check each of the things that they have marked, which slow us the process and hold us from doing the quality of work, I suppose. This also lack proper handover and communication led to guest inquiries for services that we failed to provide and missing opportunities for 5-star reviews. It's pretty obvious. And what about the ineffective talent management? So basically, the previous operations team supervising Gaia proved to be uncoachable despite their efforts to improve their performance. If we pull up evidence related to this, you will see that we have the leaders in operations such as Marcel or Krishna keep on giving the feedback, keep on giving the training, but it seems like it's just not working at that point. Right. Next, Matthew. It is possible that actually these issues are not isolated to the operations department alone and might reflect wider internal team challenge. So we're not only saying it's on the specific team members, but it can also be happening in other chapters also. So I want to remind everyone that our approach is actually to hire slow and fire fast. This is especially for everyone in this company. We highly value positive collaborations and synergy. Everyone is encouraged to seek and offer support freely on any matter. You are free to ask anyone, basically your supervisor, your mentor. If you would like to ask Mr. Jing or Mas Bayu, anyone, just go ask them if if you feel the need for it. There's no limitation or boundary for that part. However, we will not tolerate lapses in integrity. Moving forward, let's focus on regaining our footing and ensuring continuous improvement, especially since we are to square one. Okay, that is for the hospitality critical point. Let's moving on to the revenue target and achievement. Right. So from the newly refined semester target of 2,167,000 US dollar, we have been able to achieve 1,966,000 or around 90% or so. So we have still 200,000 or around 9% for it to be able to achieve on the revenue target. We still have 30 days. I believe later on the revenue manager team will see if this is on track or not. But what we can actually see is we have achieved the hospitality rating. So make sure to maintain that first, focus on that. And we will see if we can, how much or to what extent can we actually achieve this semester target, but with not really optimism on that part. All right, I believe that's all. Matthew, back to you there.
Okay, thank you, Kak Kayla, for it's essential for everyone in our company to stay aligned and motivated, yeah, to achieve our target. Now let's shift our focus to a very exciting part of today's session. It's a weekly mission inspiration. Okay, Matthew, can you share? Okay. For the first one, we have a guest squad here, Kashinta, Kashintia. Could you please share your submission with us?
I believe Cynthia is off today, so I think you can read it for her.
Today. So yeah, I'm going to read it. Yeah. So Kashinta is a guest, Sylvania, originally booked in her residence, but due overbooking, she was relocated to Plumeria Jinan. Despite a power outage issue in the checkout day, we offer a complimentary late checkout until 1 p.m., which is very, very good. So Sylvania is pleased with the responsive service and give us 5-star review for delightful experience. This is totally great, yeah, since our vision is inspire delight. So let's give applause for Kashinda and the hosting team. Okay, for the next, we have next Matthew. We also have from the partner side. There is Kak Tendi. Is Kak Tendi here?
Yeah, it should be me. Sorry, I forgot to change the name for the person. Yes, inputting the row. So this is from me. This is the RTT from Tuesday last week. So we had some guests, which is this is Graham from United Founders, and then we have some of the Blips team to come and do the interview, and then we also have the prospect here, Bulim, and then yeah, it was a fun night to have a conversation. We talk about estate, and then we talk about internet connection, which is very troublesome like today in base. And we also talk about diving, so that's pretty delightful night on Tuesday. And next, move to the next RTT. Okay, so this is actually one of the most, the biggest RTT that we had so far in the past 4 or 5 months. We had around 12 more guests. and it was actually quite unexpected. So it's a big chaos at the base, but thankfully we had a pretty solid team to help preparing the tables and then to help to host the guests. So we divided into two tables. Quite awkward actually, but not perfect, of course. But we tried our best, and then hopefully all the guests feel happy with the dinner. We shared a lot of insights about investment, real estate, and some countries, including France, New York, Australia, and then yeah, it's another next level of RTT, and hopefully we can maintain this quality of RTT in the future.
Who's the person sitting to my left?
That's Pak Shafri.
Who's Shafri?
Okay, so we also had some guests. So Shafri is previously he worked as the data science VP of data science in Gojek, and then he resigned because the quality of Goto now the stocks is going down. No. And then he moved on. He's now a data scientist in Kupang. If you know, it's one of famous Korean platform. And then he is planning to move to Taiwan, and now he's preparing his villa in Perenan and ready to hand it over to us by the end of this week. Okay, back to yeah.
Okay. Such a great insight. Okay. Now it's time for our employee team to shine. So I'm going to share our latest RTT at 2023. We have a three student from management, property, and valuation of UGM, especially between the student in the center. We have Kak Aldian. He is founder of Feature 360. It's like a photographer company. So he's very visionary, and he's very excited to meet us and also discuss. He even staying at after 11 maybe. We have a lot of discussion. And next we have a submission with our another employee team from Kak Furkan. Yeah, Kak Furkan, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Dea. So basically, last Saturday, we conducted our first hybrid guest lecture with Binus School Bekasi. That is me, sitting with the students, interacting with them. So it was very fun experience, at least for me, because this is my first time like moderating these big rooms. So thank you, Dea. Thank you, Dea, for sharing. And then go back to you.
Okay, thank you for valuable contribution, Kak Furkan. Lastly, we'll hear from our technological or engineering team. We have a Kak Felix here.
Okay.
Kak Felix, the stage is yours.
Yeah. Please stay on this image first. Okay. So firstly, Atlas dashboard input issue. Sometimes inputting something in the table, as you can see in the picture, it doesn't register to our database, so it has been fixed. However, it occurs only on afternoon because the table gets larger and there are server-side issue and it's not working anymore during afternoon. So yeah, it has been fixed. Please go to the next picture. Sometimes Gaia steal the pricing decision that have been pushed by someone else. So firstly, in the top left, some pricing decision have been repriced by Dira, let's say, and it's stolen again by Gaia, and it's Gaia repushes the suggestion by Gaia itself, where Dira have input another price, in fact. So it's stolen by Gaia, and how it should be is on the right side. It should show suggested price have been revised by Jovanka and Dira, and it shouldn't push it again. And so yeah, so that has been fixed. Please go to the next picture. There are some discrepancies between like our database and also on Slack. Like for example, here it has shows it has been approved by Gaia. However, in actual, it hasn't even pushed the new price into Batch24, and also our database doesn't reflect that. So that has been fixed. Next picture, please. So last bug fix is there is an error. Bella usually use this. We can see the list of available blocks that will be seen in the if we like generate the NAB, the available blocks in the next 1 hour. So it wasn't working due to migration, and it's now working. Okay, that's it for the bug fixes. I have another feature for Nyepi Day. To accommodate a special request for Nyepi Day, usually in Nyepi, we don't allow check-in and check-out. So we disable it, but stay over are permitted. So someone who checked in like earlier than Nyepi can stay, but they should check out after Nyepi, let's say. Yeah, so we disable check-in and check-out specifically for Nyepi. So it's a bit complex because we have to modify Atlas. So we make a separate system to reduce complexity, and we make it run every 1 hour. So expect if you push a new rate, probably someone can check in and check out, but you should wait like for 59 minutes and it will be disabled again. So expect delay of 59 minutes at worst. It will be run automatically. Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Okay, now we move on to Kak Vito. Maybe Kak Vito have something to share with us.
Okay, thank you, Dea. For the first innovation is as anything migration. So in order to enhance Gaia speed and reliability, we gradually migrate Gaia service to our newest agent called Hermes. With this migration, it will reduce the time to answer your question by 50 to 90% from previous agent, from almost 2 minutes to 10 to 60 seconds or even less. So however, there's still one limitation. The loading will only show once, and the loading state will not be updated like usual. And we will enhance this as soon as possible right after we have migrated all of our conversational based agent to Hermes. That's the first one. Maybe I will continue to the second one for the Gaia weekly optimization. And Gaia has undergone some updates to enhance the guest experience for our valued guests. So, and some key improvement. First, the ID card handling. We have optimized Gaia to suggest whether the guest should submit a digital copy of their ID to or opt for on-site verification. And the second one is better understanding on reservation details. It can effortlessly handle cases where guests decide to check in 1 or 2 days after their initially scheduled date. And the last one, for the estimated price, we add ability for Gaia to mention the estimated price guests need to pay. This upgrade helps the reservation team and understanding many guests is trying to confirm the price before their bookings. I think that's all from me. Thank you. Yeah, back to you.
Okay, Kak Vito. Thank you for Kak Vito, Kak Felix, and everyone for such an inspiring submission. And now we will delve into an important segment, that shapes the right direction of our company and goals, which is company theme, target, and achievement. Okay, Kak Kayla will be leading the discussion, and please take the stage, Kak Kayla. Oh,
Furkan?
Yes. Everyone, we can as the all hands admin today, we kindly request your patience to extend this all hands session for 10 minutes. So hopefully for the rest of the pages that we will please wrap up every speakers that will be speaking on the following pages. So yeah, we will extend the all hands for the next 10 minutes. So I think Matthew can just skip this Canva and directly go to the all hands Koda page and let Kayla have the talk for the community team target achievement. Thank you.
Thank you, Furkan. Okay, Matthew, we can directly move to this part. Thank you. Previously we talked about the semester target. Now let's see how are you doing. unless 2 days from the February ends. So we have a February target. For revenue target, we have 315. At the moment, we have achieved around 98% of them. We still have around like 6 to 7,000, 5 to 6,000 to achieve if you would like to achieve the revenue target. So for everyone who works on the revenue optimizations, be it on engineering team or on the revenue manager side, kindly and the application side, can look forward to keep hustling until the end of the month, basically on 29th of February. On a hospitality side, even though we have achieved the OK target in this part, unfortunately, it is actually still a decrease from last week. Please note that I talk about the fluctuative of hospitality score each week, and this is almost the end of the month for this part. All right, so what is our opportunity related to the revenue side? Until now, we have 66% of occupancy, 20% expired dates, 3% maintenance, and 5% owner usage, which fortunately is stable from last week, leaving a potential of only 6% available nights to sell. Please note that actually the existence of the personal block and the maintenance affecting the achievements of our revenue itself. If you'd like to take a closer look, kindly see on each of the diagrams that has been attached there, so you can see the performance and also the opportunities and whether we're actually on track with our revenue achievement or not. All right, next we have the month average daily fill rate target. Yes, you can uncollapse it. Matthew, thank you. So we have achieved the minimum for first week, achieved the second week, achieved the minimum for third week, and it's still in progress to achieve the fourth week. We'll conclude this by the next all hands, so stay tuned on that part. And I would like to encourage everyone in this company to help with both of the hospitality and revenue achievements for this month, and for the revenue manager team to focus on the achievements for the March target. All right, I'll go directly to the monthly strategic milestones. Matthew, you can click on, yep, that one. Wonderful, thank you, Matthew. Okay, there are already a couple of interesting updates and findings related to MSM that from the discussion that we have on Monday. Most importantly, I would like for everyone to engage more, basically because this is the last all hands that we have on February. You can expand the role just like what Matthew did, and you can see the progress of each strategist and whether we have decided to not going to implement it for March or we're going to keep it on March and so on and so forth. Kindly engage. Most importantly, I think the last discussions was related to the AUM strategy. I believe on Mas Gani's team, we'd encourage to have more improvements or the new data or updated report related to the new leads coming in. Have more transparency and good expectation setting if the revenue implementation is going to create the targets. It is heavily affecting the backend one, so kindly everyone take a look on those type of strategies and engage. If you can't or if you have any questions, please let us know. You can directly comment on them, or you can approach the leader assigned on each of the strategies to get a closer look or closer understanding. Okay, I believe that's all. Thank you. Get back to you, Dave.
Okay, thank you, Kak Ayla. Now we have another important promotion and new employees. I believe Kak Furkan or Kak Shelin will present this to us.
It's on me, Adea. Thank you. So just a quick one. So for the first one is to Ardi. So Ardi, wave your hand or like open your mic so that everyone can see you. Okay, so Ardi has actually like completed his 3 months of probation period previously as backend developer trainee, and he passed the probation period. So congrats to Ardi, and he's now officially part of the engineering team as junior backend developer. So his avatar is on the way. So like, yeah, we'll update that once it's done. So once again, congratulations, Ardi, and congratulations as well to the engineering team for getting stronger, yeah, with a new team member. And another one is actually to Furkan. So Furkan is recently promoted to become the VP of Employee Experience and Culture Trainee. So basically, Furkan will be overseeing everyone over here, as well as the company culture. And yeah, feel free to escalate things that you have observed so far. You happening in the company to Furkan. So congrats to these two people, to RD as well as to Furkan. Yay! And I'll give it back to Dea.
Okay. Okay. There's so many. There is two people who have a new role. Yeah. So next we have a core value recognition. Let's see. Okay, there is 5 submission. Everyone, I think it's 30 seconds for submission. Is all right. Yeah. The first one, please, Karen.
Yeah, I want to recognize Mas Gani and also Mr. Jing, and also because Mr. Jing and Mas Gani always give brilliant ideas related to marketing and also related to the team, and which make me speechless actually because it's very delightful and delightful idea, and also not only that they both have strategic thinking that direct the team to always in the right track. So respect and
Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
Okay. Next we have a Mr. Jing.
Okay. There's a few people I like to recognize. One is the Kyla and Furkan. This is related to making tough decisions about who to let go. So essentially, when you have to make these decisions, it's very, very difficult because it's counterintuitive, it's countercultural, but it's necessary in order to improve the quality that everybody's experience here has if we dedicate ourselves to the mission. So Kyla and Furkan have had actually an interesting back and forth, but I think both came out smarter and more developed as upper managers in this process. So it's good, and that's being transparent and having a growth mindset. Like Kyla said, they both reached out to me and spoke to me transparently about the situation, so we're able to make the right decision in the end. Okay, for the company. Next person I want to recognize is actually back over to Rehan and to Nadia and Gani as well, but Gani's more of the manager here, so I'll recognize the people who I think are doing the execution here. All right. Oh, back to Furkan after a while, but let's go to Rehan and Nadia first. So this is actually a good mentor-mentee relationship, I think, Rehan. So I appreciate that you are following the very shifting and changing things because we're doing something that's very challenging. We're trying to restructure the way that our knowledge is in the way that's presented to our partners. And that involves frequent and very drastic updates to the website. I know sometimes it looks like we don't know what we're doing, but sometimes it's actually necessary to build something before you actually see how it's working. And that is the process of getting better at innovation. So thank you for that patience and thank you for collaborating. I think we are headed in a good direction. As evidenced, we are #1 on Bali property management according to Google, so something must be working. Okay, so that part is to Rehan and to Nadia for never settling and asking for work to be better. The next person I'd like to recognize is Furkan, and this is with the Venus opportunity. So one of the things that I've noticed that really holds people back in their careers is this idea of vanity and self-preservation. It means it's more important for you to look good than to be curious. It's more important for yourself to look good than to do what's right. So I think Furkan went above and beyond by doing a few things. One, we had this talk at Venus, and Venus isn't even a strategic partner, so he could have deprioritized that, but it was a Saturday. So he spent his Saturday and he went actually to the campus, which was above and beyond. He didn't need to do that, but he did anyway. He went to campus and then again, above and beyond, he went and he accepted that I would make a last minute change to the original slides that were presented because I saw that the slides did not help us detect who could actually be valuable to our organization. So he was cool with that. And then the third thing was he helped me run around the entire room using the Socratic method, finding people who wanted to speak to solve case studies. So that was also really, really tough as well. I watched him do it from here in Bali, and I was like, that's pretty good. I think you could probably do it on your own without me speaking next time. So good work on that, Furkan, and that's why I think it made it easier for us to consider your promotion, okay? Mainly, it is the dedication in being the hero and allowing courage to guide your process rather than allowing fear to guide the process. I think that is a rare attribute, and hopefully that can be an inspiration to everyone here. Next, I think one more. Am I done with my core values?
Yes, we're done.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Okay, next we have Kak Erika here. Wow, so many people who recognize. Yeah, Kak Erika.
Okay, thank you, Dela. I would like to recognize the team who's preparing the RTT last week. It was a very big RTT and a bit chaotic, but we managed to do it pretty well for something that's pretty sudden and a lot of sudden guests. And a special thank you to Dela for arranging the guests who's coming for RTT last week. Hopefully, we can maintain the quality of the RTT.
Okay, thank you, Kak Erika. Next, we have announcement here. Let's move to announcement. Kak Shelin will take it from here.
Okay, thank you, Dea. Last one for the day before we end the all hands. So I believe everyone here has received an email from the finance team on your bukti potong for like the tax arrangement, right? In this case, so if you notice in the email, there's a few adjustments needed to be done internally. But maybe you're wondering why like the deductions recorded in your employee journals versus the one that we sent you is different. So we were actually like baffled by that as well. So not to worry. So it's basically the calculations. You can refer on the link attached over there for more details. It's actually pretty normal for that to happen as we consulted with the tax person from DJP. Or alternatively, if this is still confusing, you can reach out to me or to David if you'd like to clarify on your arrangement. And one note is that please do pay attention in your upcoming journal details, as your income tax is basically based on what's written on the journal. And last but not least, don't forget the deadline is on 31st of March. So make sure to report your tax ASAP so that the website won't crash if it's like a last minute submission. So yeah, just a reminder for everyone. Thank you. And back to Dea and Matthew.
Okay, thank you, Kak Shelin. I will pass this over to Matthew for closing. Matthew.
Dea,
Sorry, my camera is kind of troubled right now, but for the closing, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Jing. Thank you, kakak-kakak, teman-teman semua, for attending today's all hands. And yeah, I'm kind of nervous for the first time.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Matthew. Thank you very much, Dea, for hosting and moderating the all hands. I'm sorry we could not share our personal updates, but do please mind check it out because I think we have a very interesting question of the week. So yeah, don't forget to update your personal updates and also engage with others asynchronously. Thank you and have a good week ahead.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Hati-hati, Mo.
Thank you, everyone.